So yesterday, Robert Mueller wiped his ass with the United States Constitution. And with that, he's completely thrown away any semblance of fairness and decency and upholding the law that we expected of somebody of his name and stature. It's obvious now that this is a Trump witch hunt. You know, Donald Trump has been using the term witch hunt, which pisses off the left. But that's exactly what this now is. It's been quite a journey if you think about it. I mean, this started out as an investigation into Russian collusion to see if anybody in the Trump campaign or administration had any unlawful ties with Russians or Russian money. Nothing has come to the surface as any proof of that except for Paul Manafort having had dealings with the Russians like 10 or 12 years ago, long before he was involved in the Trump campaign. No collusion, no ties to the Russians or Russian money has been tied directly to Donald Trump or anybody in his administration, despite all the time and money that has gone into this investigation. From the get-go, this entire investigation has been stacked with anti-Trumpers. All of them are liberal Hillary supporters. Many of them have contributed money to Hillary's campaign. Their entire investigation is tainted with unfairness and with the clouds of an ugly witch hunt. I just can't believe that we started out with Russian collusion and now we're investigating, whether or not Donald Trump had sex with a hooker porn star. I mean, who gives a shit? Even if he did, who cares? What does that have to do with anything? If he met this woman and had sex with her 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And so what if she was paid off? That's not against the law either. Non-disclosure agreements are commonplace in Hollywood and in the government. People all the time are paid to shut up. And there's nothing unlawful about that kind of an arrangement. Even if Trump paid her out of his own pocket, which it isn't known yet if that's true or not, but even if he did, again, it's not against the law for him to want to keep his past quiet as long as there was nothing illegal in the past that he's trying to bury. And having had sex with a hooker porn star is really not illegal. It may not look that great, and it may not make him very well liked by his wife right now, but it's not against the law. And the fact that they raided his attorney's office looking for information on this hooker porn star, it's a tragedy. It's a travesty of justice. I see all the usual liberal types on Twitter today, George Takei and Kal Penn and Rob Reiner, fucking meathead. They're all crowing about this. They think this is the greatest thing. These are guys who are supposed to be liberals and liberal-minded. And you would think that fair play is supposed to be at the top of their mindset. It's not. As long as it's their enemy that gets taken down this way, they're fucking happy about it. Just realize something. If they could do this to Donald Trump, the president of the United States, they can do it to you. They could do it to me. They could do it to anybody they want to. If the rules that they're playing by don't suit them and they can't gain any evidence that way, they'll change the rules and they'll manufacture evidence. And they're working very hard right now to create a perjury situation. They're just going over this again and again and again, ad nauseum, just waiting for somebody to say something different than they said 6 months ago or a year ago. This is pure bullshit. Every last drop of it is pure bullshit. I know that they're warning Trump, don't fire Mueller. I say fuck that. Fire this ass clown. Fire him. Put somebody else in there that's independent, that's nonpartisan. Break up his little cartel of anti-Trumpers and create a whole new commission of bipartisan and independent-minded people that can sort through all the shit that Bob Mueller has done in the past year and find out if he's done anything illegal. Because right now, he's the untouchable guy. Bob Mueller literally is encased in bulletproof glass. He's untouchable for now. But this investigation will not last forever. And eventually it will come to an end. And when it does, all of his actions will be subject to interpretation. And if he did anything wrong, he should fucking be indicted. I say it's time to fire Mueller and let the chips fall where they may. They say they're going to impeach Trump if he fires Mueller. They want to impeach him anyway if they win in 2018. If the Democrats take the House, they're going to immediately start impeachment proceedings. And it doesn't matter if they don't have any legal basis for that. All they need is the votes. They can impeach him for fucking jaywalking if they want to, as long as they have the votes. Remember, if you're a Trump supporter, you must vote in 2018. You must vote. And Mr. Trump, I know you're probably not watching this video, but my opinion is fucking fire Mueller. Fuck that guy. Fire his ass. Fire Sessions, too. He's a failure. He's a miserable, miserable fucking failure. One last thing I'd like to say, unrelated to this. The last video I made was a video that was critical of David Hogg. We all know who he is. That video got flagged by YouTube and it got taken down for violating their terms. I don't know how offering my opinion violates their terms, although it's quite obvious these days that if your opinion is a conservative opinion on social media, the moderators are going to lean against you, and that's probably what happened. But nothing in my video about David Hogg last week was inflammatory. Nothing was insightful. I was not threatening him with violence or encouraging anyone else to do so. I was merely stating my opinion that David Hogg is a pretentious little shitheel, and he ought to just focus on getting into a good school. That's it for today.